So I'm just using this to sound a note of there's not like Oyibo culture in our marriage, or the spirit of it doesn't matter, or whatever people may say about us, about you. It is really happening. I will get in touch with you and I will give you full details when the time is right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for that. I think I always say it's when you want to get married, right? Please know about the culture that you're marrying into. Don't just assume that it's okay for you to carry on in some certain ways. If you don't believe in it, if you don't, your belief system does not tally with that when they tell you, when you do this, these are the consequences, blah, 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 blah. If you know you cannot abide by them, then don't get into that contract of marriage and think that you can avoid, because you're bringing yourself under an authority of something that rules over the airwaves, especially, with the people that you're getting into. But if you don't, I've seen people who say, well, I don't agree with this. It's against my belief system. I don't think I can bring myself to submit to this sort of, requirements over my life. So I would generally not enter into this contract so as not to get myself into any trouble. But then you enter and then you go astray. There are consequences for these things, honestly. Especially if you submit yourself to some sort of authorities, then know that they will come for you one way or the other, right? Anyway, thank you so much for that confession. We're still on Confession Tuesday. If you have any more confessions to make, I'm here to listen to you, and I'm here to give you the platform to do so. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Yes. I before I go into my confession, I just witnessed something on Airport Road.
Okay.
I thought I should talk about it. On my way driving down, I saw this convoy.
Your audio is very poor. Can you bring the phone close to your mouth? Hello?
Is it better now?
Oh, yes. Yes, now. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I saw a motorcade, but there was a Toyota Corolla somewhat in that that was in between them. Obviously, when you see the Toyota Corolla, you will know it's not part of the motorcade. So there were some of the vehicles in that convoy in front of the Toyota Corolla, somewhere behind it. And some men dressed in suit like DSS officers or so. They came out, they were trying to talk to the driver or something. And then I think they punched him or something, and he drove off frantically. So when he drove off, the motorcade continued. But then the last hillocks behind the motorcade now followed the young man. He diverted into the service lane. So they followed him into the service lane. I was behind them. They followed him into the service lane. They sped up and crossed him. So when they crossed him, he was trying to turn and continue, but he bashed their car. They now turned and blocked him. So he bashed the front of their car. So two men dressed in black came out with guns. And immediately, one was holding an automatic rifle. The other one had a pistol. And the moment he came down, he just shot his tires. About the three tires. He shot the one in front. Then there was a lady in front. She came out and she was begging. She was gesturing like she was begging. I didn't stop because, of course, they were shooting and all. So I didn't stop. I just continued. They gestured that I should continue on my own way. So I just drove and left there before there would be an accidental something. So I just saw that now, and it really bothered me. Obviously the young man did not pose to be any kind of threat. I don't know what must have happened, but I felt they took it a little too much by that action, shooting like that, shooting his tires and all of that. I don't know what must have happened, but I think sometimes we should show restraint as trained officers. I know sometimes it can be and all, but when you are taking things too far, those bullets are paid for by taxpayers. Just shooting somebody's tires like that because you have a personal issue with the person. I just felt it was a little bit too much. Okay, sorry. So now to my confession. I was going to confess that I am kind of a chronic traffic light beater. I don't know how else to put it, but I find it very difficult to wait for the light sometimes. Not that I don't drive very
rough.
I don't drive very carelessly. I pay attention, and most of the times when I beat traffic, it is safe. I have at least to the best of my knowledge. Of course, you never know when something will go wrong, and I'm always conscious of that fact that anything can go wrong at any point in time, no matter how cautious and experienced I might be.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Today I went to pick a family friend's wife from the hospital. She was delivered of a baby girl. So carrying the baby girl and seeing all that they went through, I became very cautious while driving them home. I promised myself, it was just between me and me, nobody knew that I wasn't going to beat traffic lights. In fact, the husband to the woman was like, why are we not going? Because he knows that I would normally beat the lights. But I didn't tell him why, because I just told myself, I said, I'm carrying a new life, like someone, let me just control myself in order to respect the little baby.
Yeah.
So I became very conscious that I used to beat a lot of traffic lights. I now saw the number of, it now made me count the number of lights that I normally would beat. And I was shocked that, I've been driving like this, and I don't know. I wish I want to stop, but sometimes, trying to speed up to meet up with one or two things, it's kind of difficult. The way almost everybody is driving, it's difficult to really keep to it. But I know that it can come with real consequences.
What triggers it? Like, are you always in a hurry, or basically, what is it?
Yeah, I am always in a hurry, but that doesn't. I know it still doesn't give me an excuse to beat the lights, because most people are also in a hurry.
Or maybe it's the spirit in the air. Nigerians don't like to. It's just a spirit that rules the air or something.
I think so, but because it's not part of my subconscious. Sometimes, like today, I decided to make it conscious, and I was shocked that I used to beat that many number of traffic lights.
Okay, sorry, we have to take this commercial. Sorry.
All right. Okay, thank you. Have a pleasant day.
Hi everyone, my name is Swat. That's the name my father gave me, but you can always call me Her Vocal Majesty. I'm the host of The Sunny Side on 95.1 Nigeria Info. It takes place every weekday, noon to 3 p.m., where we get to have all the lovely contemporary conversations. If your days are normally long and gloomy, well, not anymore, because I'm here to make it all bright and sunny for you. So join me. It's an invitation. You don't want to miss out.
is Nigeria Info.
Thank you for the confessions. You know, the first one actually got me, you got me laughing. You know, that he's a taxi driver and then they always stop him. They always stop him and his colleagues collecting money. And that's what we're talking about. And then he also tallies with the report that the last caller gave with regards to, you know, sometimes the actions that we see on our roads. Sometimes, you know, the amount of force that is used by security personnel on motorists and citizens in comparison to probably the offense, sometimes it just doesn't tally. It's a simple thing. If you want to arrest, yes, it's your right because that is what you're there for, to ensure that you check these things. Arrest people. You don't have to use some force. What is it about shooting the tires of some? I mean, you scare people. People have heart attack or have heart issues. People are going through a whole lot, and then you now add that up with gunshots, and then when you start feeling some rumors, you'll be wondering. Please, let's exercise caution. Whatever it is, it's okay that you went after him and stopped him because he has to pay for whatever offense. But that shooting of tires, is it necessary? I don't know, though. But thank you for the confessions. Let's move on. If you have more confessions, please call the numbers and let's get to hear from you. You can remain anonymous. Hello?
Hello. Adado Ramba.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes.
Good afternoon. Yeah, this is Donato calling from Niger State.
Welcome, Donato.
See what this last call I just said? Something similar to that happened close to my shop last year. Some customs, you see customs.
Donatus, this is confession. We're not taking issues like normal. Please, let's just stick with the confession.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, let me confess.
All right.
There was today I was driving towards Suleja Road because I was using this commercial pickup those days. So I now sight to my side mirror. I saw road safety coming. So they now overtake me. When they overtake me, I did not speed. Immediately, they had to stop me. You know, I just slowed down. So I now pretend to know some of them. When I just slow, I said, "Oh, are you here?" It's like I'm trying to handle this. All of them become confused. They don't know if to stop me or to ask me to go. This one will look at this one will look at this one. Where did you know this part? I just know. I just because if there's something they'll ask you of this
money
speed limit. I've been done for almost 3 years now. I haven't seen that in cost speed limit for a day. You see, I just zoom. That's another escape for these people.
Oh my God, Donatus, is that how you are? Is that how you used to do? God have mercy. Ha! Anyways, you need wisdom to live in a country like ours, though. Thank you, Donatus. You made me laugh there. All right. I have Odo Ugochiku. You said, "Good day, ma'am. I'm watching you from Benin Republic." Okay. Wow. Thank you. Good to hear from you. Ogolade Taiwo Johnson, aka Pastor TJ. He said, "Hi, Awoko Olongyo. The only one that speaks with a melodious voice. Marriage is deeper than what we see and hear." Indeed, it is. Thank you so much, sir, for the contribution. We're streaming live on our platforms. Facebook is Nigeria Info 95.1 and YouTube is Nigeria Info 95.1 Abuja. We're streaming live. Please drop your messages and like our videos. Thank you. Jimmy Moko Agboje said, "Good afternoon, Nigeria Info" on Facebook. Ouma Ernest Chukunaru said, "Good afternoon, Swat and Nigeria Info." And Bishop Emmanuel, thank you for your message. You said, "Good afternoon." Thank you so much. Good afternoon to you. Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. Good afternoon. Yeah, no, you have to call me back. Sorry. Okay, I have a message here that says, I have an issue with, my husband told me that there's a lady in his office who is, my husband is 54 years old, okay? He said there's a lady in his office that is about 37, that she lost her husband and has really been on my husband's case, trying to make moves on him and telling him every day that she really likes him and would love to go into a relationship with him. My husband told her that he can only go into a relationship with her, if or when he is no longer with his wife or if anything happens. But for now, he is not open to any relationship. But she would not relent. She keeps sending messages and making moves. I'm really getting uncomfortable and I'm really getting uncomfortable. Okay, I don't know what this word is. I'm really getting uncomfortable with this. But the thing is, my husband keeps assuring me that nothing, and he wouldn't have told me if he had any intent. What do you think I should do? What do I think he should do? Trust him to take care of that. I like the response that he has given, Number one, he said he can only go into a relationship if he's no longer married. But as long as he's married, that means he doesn't have any intent of going in, right? And I like the fact that he's open about these things, because you know how affairs often start is when you start keeping it as a secret. When you start keeping it as a secret and you're being shady about it, that means you have intent to go behind and start seeing another person. But for him to open up and tell you about it, and he told you his response and he's keeping you updated with that, just trust him that he will take care of it. Okay? And if push comes to shove and she keeps pushing, I think he should just block her off. Even though you cannot avoid the fact that they work in the same office, he would just have to find a way of handling her. I know that men don't often like to be so, with women, even though there are some men that can tell you, buzz off. But since he has told her that, he shows you, he's keeping you updated with everything. Trust the process. I don't want you to get overboard to go and meet her or to make any trouble, because it doesn't warrant that. Trust him and always ensure that, you be his partner and don't, jump into, I don't know what to say, like, be a partner with him on this to ensure that you help him go through this. And if she continues, I think he needs to take a step in telling her to just stop. He just needs to do that. Because, some women, if you don't do that, especially women, we always feel, because we're women and we're making a move on man, the man must agree, because men cannot say no to women. And that's not true. There's some men that will tell you to buzz off. They will not mince words. But there are some that like to be gentle and very diplomatic about the whole thing, not telling you to go to hell. But then if you keep insisting and keep trying to distort someone who's married, who has clearly told you he does not intend to get into another relationship as long as he is with his wife, then what else are you looking for? Okay, just move on and find yours. It's a simple thing. All right, let's see who's here. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
This is Mrs. Jeremy from Cuba.
Oh, Mrs. Jeremy, it's good to hear you.
How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am.
I just opened my radio. This is confession time, maybe?
Yes, it's Confession Tuesday, ma'am.
Last month, on the 5th of April this month, we were going to Kujama from Savontisha in Kaduna to prepare for my husband's wedding.
Okay.
So the elder sister collected one army officer's vehicle we were using to do running around. So she picked, her mom was in front with somebody. That's already an offense. 2 people in front. Then at the back, I was with a boy and one big Ghana Moscow that we put a souvenir inside. So this, this traffic light in Refinery
Junction,
the traffic light.
Yes.
Immediately we cited road safety. I told her, I said, maintain, just maintain. So she was the one driving. The guy stopped us. This my sharp niece. She just looked at the name tag and she saw shaman. She will say, shaman in our language. The guy became confused. Already, it was an Igbo guy that stopped us. So shaman now moved forward. Immediately she saw that shaman. She called his name. Me, I didn't see the name tag. And I said, thank God she knows this guy. She doesn't know him from any other move. So this Igbo guy now said, This one where they don't switch on to language, he now shift back. Shaman now move forward. He now shift back. He shifted back. Shaman now move forward. And she continued in her language. Shaman, how is what? I hope they're not stressing you. Shaman now said, but why did you put Mama? And somebody in front now, still not at the back. He said, Shaman, my younger sister, wedding is tomorrow. You want to am? He said, where are the car vehicle papers? She brought them out. She now said, but it's not my car. Oh. It's one army general in Zaria that has the car. Abi, make I call him. He said, no. Just go. So when we left, I now said, you know Shaman? She said, from where? You didn't see his name car. Love won't kill me. So at times, if you are on the road like that, be smart. Just be smart. If you are not smart, they will carry you to yeye. One of my aunties, they stopped her. Bring your papers. He said, is it the road safety paper or the what do they call those ones again? VIO paper. Two of us were in the car. The lady said, is it the VIO paper or the road safety? The officer said, I beg, madam, go. And I'm not ready for a trouble. So at times, if you are not sharp, they will mess you up. That's my confession. Thank you.
God have mercy. Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Jaruma. It's always a pleasure hearing from you, ma'am. Ruben Agasa from Kuchingoro said, for that woman, madam, your husband loves you. All he needs is your trust, else you may end up, he's not going to change his mind. Why do you always like to threaten people? Please, just leave it. He loves her and it's enough. He changed his mind for where? Donatuzo. Please don't confess things and taxes we continuously use to survive in this country. Okay. Then this one says, good afternoon, Swat. Okay, yeah, this is from earlier on. Okay, yes, that's it. That's it for the messages we have. We don't seem to have so many today. We don't even have even one voice note. So, yeah, we still have a couple of minutes. Let's see how many more minutes to go, about 17. Thereabout. So call in 0700 951 0000. I'm liking the confession today because it's taking on a lighter note, you know. People are confessing their offenses on road, their tactics and all the things that they use, you know, to be smart, especially with people that feel that they are smart. Anyways, it's 0700 951 0000. And 08095974869. On WhatsApp is 08099930137. Hello. Sorry about that. Another drop call again. Call me back.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Okay, we were talking about confession.
What's happening? Sorry, sir. Call me back. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Dola from local government state.
Alhaji, you have a confession today?
Yeah.
Do you have a confession today?
Well, I just want to tell you, as a colleague, as a brother, as a sister, wallahi, somebody break my house, kick my kids in the house. Bye-bye for now, wallahi.
Somebody break your heart?
Wallahi.
What?
Just take so much of in my house. And I don't think, if I arrest them, I'll still report in this situation again. No matter how. Thank you very much for now.
Okay. Thank you. I didn't really catch that. Somebody broke your heart and did something in your house. I didn't get that. But sorry about that if it is a bad thing, though. I didn't really catch that. Thank you, Alaji, though, for calling. Let's see. Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's like you will pay for that man's trip to Mecca. It's Al Hassan Kakamedula. He said somebody break into his house.
Okay.
Like he was robbed in his house.
I didn't hear that.
That's what he said.
Okay, all
that's
right.
what he said. He said
Okay.
somebody broke into his house.
Okay. Sorry about that, Alaji and Tatami Dollar. I know the name. Okay, another confession here said my co-worker quit some weeks back and now I'm being forced to work longer than necessary. My boss told me that the company cannot afford to pay me overtime, so I have to clock in and out when they schedule me to do so, or I'll be fired. Can I be fired if I refuse to work off the clock? First of all, why would they even threaten you that you'll be fired if you don't fill in for somebody and then they're not willing to pay you extra? That's abuse. That's an abuse. Because you have a contract that tells you that this is the time you should report for duty. Then somebody gets sacked or is fired and they're asking you to forcefully fill in that position and no pay for that. And you can clock in only when you are asked to clock in. They will make a schedule for you without extra pay. And if you don't do that, you get fired. It's something that one can petition now. You don't do that. So they will not pay you. You should be working like what they call Jackie or donkey. No payment. Filling in for two people's roles. And clearly they made it clear to you that that's what they are doing. You know, sometimes some people can even steal in, some bosses will steal in jobs of other people and tell you, okay, do this. But these ones are saying, you have to fill in this position. And then if you don't do that, you get fired. I don't know. It's up to you. I think it's up to you. It's very crystal clear that this is a violation of your rights. It's an abuse of office. They're trying to unduly make you do what you should not do ordinarily because you have a contract. I don't know. I know a lot of private organizations, and because of the scarcity of jobs or because people feel they need to get something that will come in monthly, they rather just put up with a lot of very bad conditions. It's up to you at the end of the day. But for me, that doesn't speak. It doesn't speak. It's not morally correct. It's in all ramification, it's wrong that you force somebody to take in the position of someone who you used to pay, and then you are not willing to pay the person, and you are threatening the person that if they don't feel the shoe and clock in and out, you know, when you ask them to, then you fire them. For me, I know what I would do, but think about it though. Think about it. If it's something you can put up with, fine, because you feel you need this job and blah, 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 blah. But if it is not, then why stay? People should not be forced into that sort of thing because they're trying to save money and then giving you double work, overburdening you, and then forcing you to do it. Like, do it or get fired. Who does that? It's wrong on all fronts. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Swat. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Okay, my name is Akalaja.
Okay, welcome.
My confession is about this road safety and burial stuff thing.
Your confession is about what?
The way generally we're talking about being smart on the road when you're using the road and this burial and road safety.
Yes.
So my own is mostly when I want to travel, but I'll make sure my papers are complete. So what I'll do is that I'll photocopy my papers into like 3 or 4 places. So when I give you and I discover that you want to play those things they do on the road, I'll leave the door for you and just do it. Because whatever, like you just get the paper on the road and you see the way they behave, you know that this one is just out for trouble. It's not if you want to check the paper.
Yes.
If I discover that you're that type of person, I'll just leave the paper with you and just go. Because I have what I want already for my trip.
Yeah.
That's how I handle them. Because some of them will just see the thing, they'll took it in their pocket and then pack well. Okay, take the paper now, instead just pack.
Yeah, it happens.
You
It
know when
happens
it's
a
out
lot.
for trouble.
Yeah.
So I'll just say it's okay, bye-bye, I don't zoom up.
Yes.
I leave you with the paper.
Yeah.
That's how me and handle them.
Thank you so
Thank you very
much.
much, sir.
All right, interesting. Yeah, because these things do happen a whole lot on the road, though. But let's take on more confessions. Hello, good afternoon.
Mawana. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jakes Babana.
I greet you.
You're welcome. What?
update everybody just the cast. They just the cast our updates. Huh? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Donatus don't cast updates for us. This other guy don't come now. This last caller now don't come cast updates again.
Yes, sir.
Why is that happening? I'm going to count. You know what Donatus said is what I usually do is Swat. And my name is Jax. For people that don't know, I'm calling from somewhere in Uye. What I do is, I'm a retired military personnel.
Yeah, I know you're retired.
So I don't have anything to show for it again, except my paper, and it's at home. So sometimes when they stop me, what I usually do is, if road safety, VIO, or police stops me, the first thing I do is check your name. Because I've stopped in many places in this country that I understand most of the language. I speak about 12 Nigerian languages,
Yes.
So what I do is that once I watch your name, I've already known the language you can speak. Mostly VIOs, 90% of VIOs speak Hausa. 90% of them, if you know, 90% of VIOs on the road speak Hausa. So why they don't stop me? If most of them don't have name tags on them, the first language I use on them is Hausa. And once you speak Hausa, you definitely see one that will respond. And with that Hausa alone, you hold them. They won't do anything much again to you. The next thing is sometimes when you speak Hausa, they just tell you to go. They will just tell you to go. Road safety, once I watch your name, I see your name tag, the next thing I speak your language. Some, they will start going deep. If it's one I can't go deep, like Calabana, I don't speak Calabana much. I only know about the greeting. So if I see F Young or something, any Calabana name in your, any Efik name or Ibibios name in your name tag, I will just speak your language. The next one I'll say, Ufan, no, don't start speaking. You understand my language? I'll say, I don't speak that much, but I stayed in your place, I started in your place. They will start asking me where. I started in other places. Even places I've not been to, but I have idea and I know the names of those places. When I start mentioning it, they'll say, this is my brother. They'll tell me to go. The same thing with police people. If anyone I meet them, if I don't use my speedy call, I'll just use your name tag, and once I call your name, the next thing they'll say, so you're running, I'll say, no, you're running me, Mama.
You guys, but I mean, is it all the time that thing happens? Oh, go and meet some very strict officers, Go and meet some. But you, Jax, I think you're even advantaged as a retired officer or a retired military personnel. You can always, flash your, because should they say once you are in there, you always will be, even if you're retired. That's why you see some of these generals, though they are retired, but they have their attaches and all their details intact up until when they die or something. Okay, interesting. It's 10 more minutes to go. In fact, less than 10 minutes to go. We have about 6 minutes to go before I leave the studio. So let me take on another call. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Barrister Madam Swat.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Sweet Swat. Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Okay, Swat. Yeah, just permit me to make a suggestion to us on this platform. I listened to the person that witnessed the firing of tires. That should be condemned. We condemn that in totality. And my suggestion is that military personnel, uniformed personnel, security agencies, they are not allowed to use excessive force. And so for that incident on Airport Road that was mentioned, if that officer is sure that the offense, if that person whose car's tire were shot is sure that the offense he has committed is not robbery, it's not kidnapping, it's not any heinous crime that warrants the use of bullets, all he needs to do is to note the officers. I mean, the guy mentioned the DSS. I know that the DSS hierarchy will not accept and will not like it for an officer to fire the tires of a citizen on account of minor offense. And so what should be done is that some of those things should not be taken lying low. Sometimes officers go away with this because when those actions are taken, people say, hey, don't worry, there's nothing you can do. No. it can be escalated, it can be taken beyond that level if you know their office. And so I'm suggesting that when people abuse, they use abuse power or abuse their office, we shouldn't take some of these things lying low. We should escalate it. There should be one or two people on this platform that we can speak to who will assist in taking this matter up, so that airing officers on the road should be cautioned, and then, if need be, they should be made. Because do you know the cost of those tires right now? Those 3 tires will be condemned. And so if the offense was maybe he committed a minor offense that is forgivable, or even if it's punishable, is it punishable by destroying his tires? Car tires now cannot be bought less than 50,000 naira. Yeah. And so 3 tires gone, if it's a Corolla, 150,000 naira. So for what now? So I am interested in knowing beyond this level where these officers are, and then if there's anything that can be done, if we need to seek redress, we can seek redress together. Thank you.
Thank you, Usain, for God. It's very sad, the things we see. For a little offense. I mean, offense is offense, right? But then there's also use of excessive force. There's recommended kind of force for different sort of things. Like yesterday when I was asking the barrister about what they call the Gestapo-style arrest, and he was saying that, well, in instances where there is a warrant and, the need be for arrest of high-profile, offenders or something like that, they're allowed to. You can break down the door, you can go through the roof and stuff. But then things on the road like this, and then you see use of gun, and you know how gun is. But even with the Gestapo style, you're not supposed to even shoot. You're supposed to get access into the house immediately, as soon as possible, to avoid any shady thing of hiding and stuff like that. But then somebody's trying to run away, maybe beating traffic light or something like that, and then you carry a gun. Anyways, thank you, Usang. I'll be taking on the final comments. We have a voice note here.
This is Francis O from Duce. Somebody is complaining of being overworked without extra pay. You think it's a joke. It's not, man. It's real. In fact, in case you don't know, over 80 to 90% of private companies in Nigeria do that. Some would deliberately understaff their organization. For instance, the organization may require a minimum of 20 persons. Some would deliberately employ 10, some 8, some 12, and then expect the few they've employed to cover up for others. In fact, I know a hotel in F01 that the security does is the one that the security pumps water. The security owns the gen. The security turns off the gen. And yet the securities are not many. They are just one person per duty, sometimes 2. And some companies owe their staff 2-3 months. They don't pay as the month ends. Please, you people should help us. Yes, the government is not doing well. The government is disappointing us. The private companies are also disappointing us.
All right, thank you, Mr. Francis. Let's not go into government issues. It's about, I think we addressed that, and tomorrow we'll get to expand on this, hopefully when the relationship expert, Dr. Oladipo, comes in. I'll just take on the final message here. Good afternoon, ma'am. I want to remain anonymous. I'm tired in my marriage of over 10 years. He quarrels me and gets angry over conversations. He doesn't respect women, including myself. In any issue concerning man and woman, he will keep on blaming the woman. I feel that he's not meant to be with a woman. Please advise me. I want to quit the marriage. Okay, ma'am, can we take on this issue tomorrow with the doctor when he comes? I'm sure that we'll get to expand on this. I know it must feel tiring. It must feel exhausting. But just take it easy there. People come from different backgrounds. And it takes a whole lot, the grace of God, for people to just change. And you said 10 years, so maybe over these years he has gotten comfortable doing things or talking about women in a certain way or treating them in a certain way. And I don't know how it is that you've handled it, whether you've told him it's okay by your action or inaction. But 10 years, definitely it will get to a point where people get tired. But let's talk about this tomorrow, shall we? Would talk about this or raise this issue, some of these issues with the doctor tomorrow when he comes into the house. So please just be a bit patient. I just have this one note too that has come in. So quickly.
Sister Swat, good afternoon. Anonymous, please. Sister Swat, day before yesterday was on a Sunday. Was my birthday. Like this guy I met, that was our first time of meeting. Now, this guy came around. It was like when he came, he called me, and I was busy doing something, so I sent someone to go and meet him outside. It was like he doesn't want the person to see him. The person called him because I gave the person my phone to call him. The person called him, and it was like, "Go, I'm seeing you. I've seen where you came out from. I will come there." He came. The person was called again. He now said, "Don't worry." The person did not see him. So when he now came in, he was sitting down, and I said, why is the person that told me that, look at what this guy did though. And I said, okay, let me call him. And I called. He refused to. He now said, come out, that I'm already there. And I went out. He was hiding his face, bending his face. And I said, why are you bending your face? When I went out, go and sat down somewhere. Sister Swat, no matter how you don't have, there are good clothes in okay and cheap. This guy came, if you see the way he dressed, and he was sweating in his armpit. The sweat now formed line, and the place that the line, if you see it, it was showing white, like salt. I was like, what is this? He was not asking me, do you like what you see? I didn't even answer him. I was feeling sleepy where we were sitting. I was so disappointed that, what is this? Even if you don't have, I am not looking for a millionaire. But even if you don't have, that is the way you maintain yourself, people will know that, yes, this guy, when he gets, you go do better than this one. Just came out after coming to see a woman. I don't understand.
Okay. All right, guys. I have to go, shall Okay. I'm sorry I'm laughing. I'm sorry. But we'll talk about this tomorrow, shall we? Let's talk about this tomorrow. Good. All right, it's 3 o'clock and I'm done on this beat today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. My name is Swat. God bless you and have a fantastic evening.
It's all talk and more talk on Nigerian's #1 talk station.
This country needs a marshal, needs a sheriff.
In some particular societies, especially in my tradition, a woman is not allowed to inherit land.
Issues that get your attention.
This thing has been a carryover for the time of Jonathan.
Yeah.
And continue these billions.
Your views against all.
This is Nigeria Info.